Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we're out. We're out of the Champions League. Yeah. So that happened. Oh, that's so disappointing. That is very disappointing. I had some great training footage I wanted to show you all with some pre-match commentary, but unfortunately it wasn't our day. But all I can say is fantastic effort by the boys. I was really impressed with some of the performances today. So much fight, so much grit. Our players are running so hard for the entire 120 minutes. Even at the last 20-30 seconds of the end of the second half of extra time, we were still running, we were still pushing. So it just wasn't our day. Okay, another day De Bruyne puts that chance away. Again, another day Haaland puts that chance away. And at the end of the day, there's not really too much to say about today's match other than congratulations to Real Madrid into the Champions League semifinal, playing Bayern München in probably the most historic fixture in European history. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. That's going to be a cracker of a match. I can't wait to see that. But I'll be honest, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Bernardo Silva took that penalty and I saw Lunin just stand there and just grasp the ball like it was nothing, I turned the game off. I'm sorry. I would never, ever in my life get on a player for missing a penalty. Well, I'm going to rephrase it to this. Missing a penalty with effort. But something like that, again, I can't be mad at Bernardo Silva. I'm trying ways to remedy the situation, but at the end of the day, I can't be mad at Bernardo Silva. So, great performance by our boys. I was so happy with the performance, especially the effort for the entire 120 minutes. But it's games like this that make me remember where we are. I was a fan of this club before the money came in. I'm obviously very disappointed, but I'm still very grateful to be in this position, to play against Real Madrid. This is the first time in my life where I've seen Real Madrid play for penalties. This is the first time in my life I've seen that happen. And nobody has beaten Real Madrid like us. And nobody has played against Real Madrid like us in recent memory. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Congratulations to Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrygo, Camavinga, Lunin, excellent goalkeeper, Lunin. Carvajal, he didn't have the best of games today, but he was still holding on. Rudiger could have won it with that left-footed chance. I thought Nacho was pretty good. Modric was excellent in the game. So honestly, I don't really have too much to say. It really doesn't make any sense to yell and to get angry because I know where we were, and I would never, ever say something cynical about my club like this. Like what I'm seeing on Twitter. So again, I'm not on that train, so I'm not even gonna entertain things like that. But one thing I will say is I am not gonna forget this performance by you, man. Doku, oh my goodness, what a game! As soon as Doku came in, I knew it. I knew something was gonna come on. He just has that spark. 3 minutes later, De Bruyne scores from a one-on-one chance that Doku had to get. I think it was against Carvajal. Left foot across in, De Bruyne scores. It was excellent. I'm just gonna run down the player performances, but with Doku again. Great game by Jeremy Doku. I was really impressed by him. He showed a lot of courage. He came on at the Etihad Stadium, won what against the kings of this competition, and that shows a lot of mental grit. So, huge props to Jeremy Doku. I thought Ederson, first of all, absolutely sensational in that penalty shootout. You scored a penalty. I think I paused and I was looking at the screen. Really? Ederson's going to take a PK? I mean, it's not shocking because I know how good he is, and there have been talks on the Man City camp in the training sessions that he would take a PK, but wow, I did not expect that. But the grit, because if he missed that penalty, it would have been over then. Fantastic penalty with his left foot into the bottom left-hand corner. He saved Modric's penalty. Modric's penalty was very poor. Again, not as poor as Bernardo Silva's, but regardless, great performance by Ederson for the entire game, especially in the penalty shootout. I thought Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Gavardio were very good. Kyle Walker was absolutely sensational. Yes, he did lose Rodrygo on that goal. Bit of a mistake. We were just caught off guard because of that high kick. We thought Jude Bellingham was offsides, but it turns out we were playing him onside. And I think it was Kyle Walker who was actually playing him onside, and then he kind of missed Rodrygo. He missed marking Rodrygo for half a second. It's things like this that just make you score. It's margins like this that differentiate going through. So to anybody that said that we were going to demolish Real Madrid, again, no disrespect, but it shows football immaturity at this point, a lack of footballing experience. Just watching the game, you don't have to be a professional player, but if you thought we were going to demolish Real Madrid, there's a reality check for you. Any team can beat any team in this competition. Real Madrid showed grit. They were the underdog. I would never consider Real Madrid underdogs, but the majority of the media was saying that. Majority of the fan bases of other clubs were saying that. So I can't say anything to Real Madrid were holding on to dear life, and it's mental toughness and mental grit to withstand wave after wave after wave of Manchester City attacks, passing it side to side. With just again. We had the patience, but it just wasn't our day. We had the chances, it just wasn't our day. So thank you to Julian Alvarez for coming on and working. Thank you to John Stones. Thank you to all our players that came on and helped stabilize. I thought Phil Foden should have played in the middle a lot more than he did today. I thought Bernardo Silva was playing too much in the middle, and I didn't really like that one bit. No disrespect to Bernardo Silva, but Phil Foden should have been in the middle for a majority of the game. That just wasn't the case, and yeah, Phil. I was confident Foden was gonna get something, but regardless, it's fine. Vinicius Jr. got completely owned by Kyle Walker for this entire game. One of the best one-on-one battles in recent memory in Europe, or just in football in general, and Kyle Walker has been dominating Vinicius Jr. at every step of the way. So I was really happy we kept Vinicius Jr. quiet. We didn't keep Rodrygo quiet. I told you all, Rodrygo is a sensational player. He's a very underrated player. One of the most underrated players in Europe, in my opinion. Everybody talks about Vinicius Jr. Nobody talks about Rodrygo. Sensational player. That touch from Jude Bellingham for the goal was exquisite. Jude Bellingham, wow. No disrespect to Bellingham, but I thought he was pretty poor for most of the game. I thought Real Madrid players were pretty poor for most of the game. But again, when you play against Real Madrid, you're not playing against Rodrygo. You're not playing against Camavinga. Okay, you're not playing against Mendy. You're playing against Roberto Carlos. You're not playing against Luna. You're playing against Casillas. You're not playing against Nacho. You're playing against Sergio Ramos or Hierro. Okay, you're not playing against Bellingham. You're playing against Zidane. You're playing the history of Real Madrid, and honestly, it showed today because we were the better team today, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean we deserve to go through. Real Madrid deserve to go through. Full props to Real Madrid. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Yeah, there's nothing left to be said other than we got to recoup. Hopefully this gives us enough motivation to go and win on Saturday against Chelsea, another tough opponent with Cole Palmer, looking like a Ballon d'Or player this season. 8,000 views on my video on Cole Palmer, by the way. Thank you all so much for that. Yeah, I'm losing my voice, and I apologize if I sound very dry because... Oh, I was screaming, man. When De Bruyne scored that goal, I screamed so hard. Oh. Yeah. But I would never count my team out. Obviously, I love my club, so thank you to Manchester City. Fantastic, fantastic effort. And yeah, I was here before the money. I know where we were. I'm grateful to be in this position. So again, we gotta hold our heads high. We gotta move on. We still have 2 competitions to play for, okay? That is privilege. That is Manchester City privilege. We are so good that a Champions League run ends And we can say, okay, you know what? We still got the Premier League because the Premier League is in our hands mathematically. If we win all our games, we could win 4 in a row. That is historic. That is historic. If we can do that, that would be that would probably be the greatest achievement I've ever seen with my club, honestly. Or one of the, it's hard to compare. Thank you all so much for watching. This is a very long video, I understand, but again, I'm very disappointed. I know you are all too. If you are City fans, if you're a Real Madrid fan watching this, congratulations. Good luck in the semifinal. Big game against Bayern Munich. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. It's going to be great to see Musiala versus Bellingham. I'm glad to see Leroy Sané in a Champions League semifinal. I can't wait to see how he performs. Regardless, 1-1, 8-7 on penalties. Again, disappointing, but we move on. Thank you all so much for watching.